the hard, but we pull through. You see me? So, me know say streets take care of me. Me have mother and father in the streets, see me. You see me? Your mother and father in the streets. You love the streets, charge. Yeah? That's why we're giant force to put it on this wicked person. They have to show love. Because I just love we know. You see me? I just love we know. Anywhere in the world we go, I just love we know. We just want everybody grow. Yo, me prefer know say me I make 100,000 and a younger version of me and my little brother and little sister make 200. Just to make sure so them good, because I don't want them fall and I set trap for me fall. Me not go motivate them to do no foolish. Me not be like them and watch them and suffer. I know so them are going to suffer if they enjoy that and watch them. No. You tell them say, yo, watch out now. You go in this side cheat code. All heap of time I give my little brother and little sister a cheat code and say, yo, do that. You see me? So when you hear me company media and you hear me a slap out against certain government and something, I see more and say, yo, remember so we know, you know, you need to do better now.
The PNP president continues to mislead and spread mischief concerning the issue of alleged illicit enrichment and integrity commission investigations. The fact is, it's virtually impossible for the PNP president to state with any certainty that no parliamentarian on his side is under probe. As far as I'm aware, the commission does not, as a matter of practice, write to individuals and state specifically that they are under probe for illicit enrichment. It's important that the country be clear that concerning this matter, the PNP and its president have been up to mischief and have been attempting to mislead the people for their own political gain and advantage.
Shut up your mouth, man.
However, in a swift response, the PNP said it was alarmed at what it said was the disgraceful concoction of misinformation and misdirection being employed by the JLP. It said the JLP is fully aware that the Integrity Commission does write to individuals who are under investigation for illicit enrichment to advise them of the investigation. This week, it was revealed that 2 additional lawmakers have been referred for investigation for alleged illicit enrichment. That puts the tally over the last 2 years to 8. It said 4 other public officials were also referred for investigations. The law blocks the anti-corruption agency from speaking on its investigations before a report is tabled in Parliament. In its annual report for 2022-2023, the Commission disclosed that 6 parliamentarians and 28 other public officials were referred for investigation for illicit enrichment.
We are insulted and alarmed at the disgraceful concoction of misinformation and misdirection being used by the JLP in the face of, quite frankly, damning revelations by the Integrity Commission that a total of 8 parliamentarians are now under investigation for illicit enrichment and unexplained wealth. In their usual diversionary style, JLP Deputy Gen Sec Charles Sinclair attempted to mislead Jamaicans by suggesting that the Integrity Commission does not inform individuals under investigation. We are saying that the JLP is fully aware that, to the contrary, the Integrity Commission does write to individuals who are under investigation for illicit enrichment and advises them of such investigation. This protocol, we know, is in place to ensure that those under scrutiny are aware of their status and can respond appropriately. In fact, in a public statement in Parliament, the Commission's Director of Investigation, Kevin Stevenson, said, and I'm going to quote him here, he said, all declarants who are being investigated for illicit enrichment must be so advised. Declarants under such an investigation must, by law, be given an opportunity to explain how they came by their assets. That's a direct quote. In fact, the same statement was shared by the Integrity Commission's Executive Director, Greg Christie, via an email to Parliament in August 2023. Therefore, I am very concerned by Senator Charles Sinclair's assertion that the PNP cannot speak with certainty on this matter. That is incorrect, and by extension, the JLP should also be able to say if the 8 MPs under investigation sit among them. After all, on November 19, 2023, the Jamaica Gleaner reported that the Integrity Commission called a meeting with a JLP MP regarding possible illicit enrichment. We're standing by the statement issued by the leader of the opposition yesterday that all 22 PNP parliamentarians, both MPs and senators, have confirmed that they are not aware of being investigated by the Integrity Commission for illicit enrichment. We therefore challenge Mr. Sinclair, the Prime Minister, and the entire Jamaica Labour Party to state unequivocally whether any of their members are under investigation for illicit enrichment. We just want to remind the Jamaica Labour Party that the historically unprecedented case of 8 parliamentarians being under investigation by the country's integrity watchdog for illicit enrichment is a serious matter. This has a potential to derail any government and cause irrevocable damage to a country's reputation. The PNP is urging the JLP to address these critical issues with the seriousness they deserve, rather than attempting to deflect attention through baseless accusations and disinformation. We're again calling on all parliamentarians to uphold the highest ethical standards and to support the Integrity Commission in its efforts to address any discrepancies in asset declarations.
Wait for the end.
And sometimes it's all 2 and 3 and 4, right? Which should mean, because this should be a really peaceful place. So I encourage you to keep it that way.
Andrew, ask the ladies them why don't they give it such a hard time? They get too dear in Hanover. The ladies them in Hanover, they're giving the coochie too dear.
Yo, I got catfished and I didn't know what to do, so I just went along with the date. She wanted a seafood boil, but I didn't know what that was. So she said, let's just go to Golden Corral. And then after that, we went to Crumble Cookie. She said she never had it before, and she was happy. They don't have crumble in the hood, so this was her first time trying it, and she liked it. So after that, we went roller skating. I thought it would be fun because I haven't went in like a long time, and I had fun besides her taking breaks because her legs hurt. But besides that, it was cool. After that, I had to take her back to the spot, and she didn't want to leave until she got hungry again. And then I took her to McDonald's because I had already spent like $60 on her, and then it had got late, so I took her home, and she said she had a good night, y'all. But I never been catfished before, but I should have expected it because she's from the hood.
The Transport Authority says the driver who was shown in a viral video operating a vehicle while sitting in a passenger's lap in the driver's seat has been slapped with several charges following a successful investigation. In a statement on Thursday, the authority said a joint operation with the Jamaica Constabulary Force resulted in the driver being taken into custody and charged with dangerous driving, operating with excess passengers, operating without insurance coverage, a Transport Authority badge, uniform, and operating contrary to the terms and conditions of his road license. In addition, the authority said the motor vehicle was examined by the Island Traffic Authority and found in breach of the standard of the law of a public passenger vehicle (PPV). As a result, the plates were removed from the vehicle. He identified himself as Calvin Cameron while issuing an apology video.
Afternoon, one and all, afternoon the nation. I am Calvin Cameron, the driver that was in the viral video, being sitting in a passenger's lap, which it was a careless and reckless act. I'm here with the Transport Authority. I'm apologizing to the nation. I'm letting you all know this is not a regular occurrence and this is something that will never happen again. So I'm apologizing to one and I'm apologizing to all. Please accept my apology.
It was bitter relief for one St. Andrew family on Thursday after the body of drowned Arnett Gardens resident Alric Moncrief was recovered from the Kingston Harbour. The 26-year-old was washed away in a storm drain in Havana, Arnett Gardens, during the passage of Hurricane Beryl last week Wednesday. Lala, or Kalanje as he was affectionately called, was still clad in the multicolored hoodie he was last seen wearing on that ill-fated day when his body was retrieved near mangroves behind the Petroleum Oil Refinery on Marcus Garvey Drive in Kingston. The Jamaica Defense Force Coast Guard recovered the partially decomposed body from the mangroves and transported it to land where family members positively identified it. Robert Grant, a relative, said it has been a terrible ordeal for the family.
Last few days, it's just a terrible ordeal because even the same day I was out there with them videoing and acting stupid myself too, but when I came in and they said that happened to Kalanje, it was so hurtful. So it was so hurtful. Trust me, I couldn't even sleep the night. Honestly, I couldn't sleep. I could not sleep. So I know, even yesterday on the beach, I was saying to our cousin, I don't even understand where his mother is going through right now because it's supposed to be so crazy for her. Because just thinking about losing a child, because I have kids myself, you know, so I know it's supposed to be terrible for her, and I know what she's going through, so I need to watch her.
Moncrief's mother, Venetia Stewart, endured sleepless nights as the authorities, friends and family members searched for her son.
I go and find him body, and I just try hold it.
One Jim!
Rygin King-born Matthew Smith was recently arrested in New York on multiple weapons and ammunition possession charges. The 29-year-old artist was detained by the NYPD's 113th Precinct Midnight Public Safety Team on Monday, July 8th. He has since been arraigned and pleaded not guilty to the charges, which include criminal possession of a loaded firearm and ammunition clips, among other related offenses. His first court appearance is set for Friday, July 12 in the Queen's Supreme Criminal Court, where court-appointed attorney Mark B. Lakine will represent him. According to New York State Court records, the charges against King are severe, carrying a statutory minimum sentence of 3.5 years in prison and a maximum of 15 years, particularly for those with no prior criminal record. Now, guys, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, at first, when I saw the news, right, I never want to believe it because we did first see it on King Mix-Up page.
Oh.
And yeah, sometimes King Mix-Up posts and you have to take them with a grain of salt, but he swore, say it was real, but the people who was in the comments doubting it. And to me there, I see him, I swear, say it real. That's when I was like, okay, this may just be true.
Yeah.
It was like a couple hours afterwards, now I start seeing it all over the place. Yeah. So then he said it is true. I don't want to jump to conclusions with this. I already see people out there doing it. But some very serious charges, man.
Yeah.
And for somebody who was seemingly given a second chance at life, the last thing you don't want to happen and him do is dash away. You see me? They look like that violent bug that did that chase him and look like he was able to get away. Everybody was rooting for him and in his recovery efforts.
Right.
And then if you go hear this news, people might not go jump all about and you can't help. You can't help it, say, yo, that's where people might not go jump to.
Yeah.
And you just hope, say, yo, him not dash him 3 points just so because he's looking at serious prison time.
Yeah.
Apparently, New York are the worst place to have them charges against him. You see me? So that's all we can say right now is let's see. You know what I mean? And yeah.
We have to look into. So if you're out there right now and you end up in a situation and you're alive more, you give thanks. You see me? Because you see my situation is very, 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 very heartfelt. You see me? I say, me not talk about just me, you know. Remember, say my situation, somebody died. You see me? I say, remember, say, yo, in my situation, somebody died. Brother, me invite my friend, my manager, my G, my close friend, say, yo, come on, me I know I go with a family there today, and the dog say, yo, him go inviting you, them, and him baby mother. You see me? And tragedy happened. Where dog baby mother dead, me get gunshot, the dog baby mother dead. And up to this day, bro, me live with these things. Is what me I say.